Hello, Internet, wherever you are. Welcome back to a Monday morning report that is just coming out from the village, one-on-one live coverage. As far as everything is in tune and everything is just commencing at this kind of the carifragistic area, and talking about is very awesome for me meeting you again and watching. For the returning subscribers, thank you very much for you being tuned and locked in, because this is your place to be, as you're gonna be watching, entertained, and also getting to know what's really popping out from the village. Is it helter-skelter, circumphonias, or a reactionate that are going to be coming, the dramatic things, postquams, interquams, and also not forgetting the telenovela that is brought to the ecosystem. Talk about we have to rejoin and rejoin with it, as we're going to be tangling. So as the village report will ever tanglize, as you're going to be sitting or leisuring or sleeping, it's going to be reaching at your own point with an immediate effect. At this kind of the COSPAM, I say thank you very much for the returning subscriber and also the new subscribing subscribers, and I appreciate the almighty Lord protecting you and making it happen to this kind of the same evening of the Sunday evening, coming out at this kind of the point and talk about this is just the way we have to tangle at it and make it happen. Back to the ecosystem, because the psychosystem is saying that the ecosystem, the psycho-ecosystem, which is talking about what's really popping out. Much of the people are talking about, again, to tell us about the Jamaican uncle. We are back at that kind of the section, and we're going to be getting to know what's really popping out, as we're going to be following it up and listening and carefully giving the thoughts and also the comments, as is it the reality or what's going to be popping out. Again, we're going to be handling much of the matters, talking about the plot that one of the brokers called the Congrats Dad has talked about. He's going to be giving it up as a gift to Rocabrera. Exactly. Back still to the point and talk about, we have seen that they are talking about Steve J1 has placed much of the CCTV cameras east, west, and south to make sure that the village and the villa is protected more fantastically, not understanding they are protecting the wall that's going to be demolished from the river because it's called Liberian land. Do they have such kind of an esquire, or they're talking about let's put even at the river? They think about it going to be theirs. That is a failure and ecosystemically failure at that kind of the point. Also, we have to talk about there is somebody who talked about have gotten a thief. And who is a thief? Because at the villa, we understand it's child labor that is going on there up to date. Even if you want more of the clarity, get to understand that most of the people working there, they are children, and mostly they are the school dropouts. If you get to know and synthesize that kind of the acknowledgement that's coming to you, as you're going to be synthesizing, as I'm going to be starting this kind of the video, starting from the Jamaican uncle, because he went to the Hadzambe and he came back because there was a scenario that defaultively he did to one of the YouTuber here, talking about, yeah, we have to arrange ABCD. When it reached at the point, he said that I'm not going with you, and he went alone. What did he benefit from at that kind of the point? Because as we are at this kind of an artifact, we have to say how it is, because already you have seen much of the characters between, you understand, whenever man is always coming to one of the spot, and this one you'll take it to the bank, whoever wants to utilize it the way you're going to be utilizing it, wherever you are, utilize it this way. How can a person leave his own family and always comes and lives to another spot for more than 1 month, and you are living in one person's home, and you are being fed, and you are being called uncle, 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 uncle. Everybody is calling you uncle, including the Congrats Dad is saying uncle, uncle. The Congrats Mom, uncle, uncle. They talk about Dimwango, uncle, uncle. Now Lady J, uncle, uncle. Now I am always already there, uncle. Uncle, uncle, uncle. Talk about everybody is uncle. I'm not understanding. Is it a proper way for making it happen, or it's a courtesy of our own failure in our culture? And to that, if you go to the culture of the Koreans and also the primitive cultures that are inside here, you get that whenever you know that this kind of a person is coming from abroad, and I said it into the previous video that came out, I said that whenever an African like Gintu gets a Mzungu, I know that my life is bright. And whenever a Mzungu can come to your home, you know that your life is bright. Not understanding that even them, they're human beings who are in Africa to struggle and make it happen. So at that artifact, I'm just not convinced when I say that the Jamaican uncle is there and staying and being fed with another man. Does he have a family? Ask yourself, does he have a family? Or is he here to get a family? I'm still not convinced, because it's something which is very weird. It's something which is not krakatooing into our minds. It's not rotating rotatively. It's not coming out categorically in a way that we can segment this kind of the options A to Z. And that's why I say that there's a primitive in each and every kind of the person. And when we say that this kind of the people are molesters, this kind of the people, they came to take advantage of the women, you don't understand. So when we come back to the real ecosystem, we say this kind of the people, they are here to manufacture their own spermatology and make sure that they're going to be driving them using their own cucumbers. And to the African women, much of the people don't understand. They are here to eat African food and be healthy. And from healthiness, they're going to be now spitting the same food to a source. Talk about a source of income where there is welcoming of any kind of the suckers that you're going to be needing. So the Jamaican uncle is here for the benefit. And I'm telling you this as a fact, take it to the bank. He's here because of women. That is it. Yes, he is an old person. He can control himself, but not in such kind of a scenario. I have a history already. Because when I was driving him, he liked massage. And he liked massage with very young ladies. Talks about, I like bright ladies and Latina and petite. And that time is being taken to that kind of the space with the same people who are surrounding him. Just get me. He's called the Didi Uncle. Get it to the bank. Because at an artifact I see is now talking about, you understand, before the late manager, Ayamaro manager died, Ayamaro manager was now the person who was triggering the pocket demand and making sure that the Didi uncle is producing as huge as some amount of money driven to that kind of the woman at that kind of the space. And even including the match of the calls here. Yes, hello. Oh, haya. Wacha waingie wafanye sakas kwa sababu siwezi chukua video hapo hivyo. Haya. That is a call to make sure that the content, the village report is coming back again. I think about Mama Ann's. They have the breaking news there already. Talk about there's a cow that was stolen. I don't know how and how it went. Until today, Mama Ann's family is paying the cow. I don't know how it has happened. But I think I'm going to be absolutely, because he's talking about the chief who is there and is a corrupt person. I never did it. And I know at that artifact yesterday, the chief was at Ayamaro here. And I can talk about they are there to be dragged. And they are there to be circumferentially driven in terms of money contentically in a way they're going to be huging their own pockets. So at this artifact, they know that whenever they're going to see Gintu, they know that it's a one-on-one live. And this coverage, it has to come from east, west, and south. And I don't know what really happened from Mama Ann's family, because this is a call from the village, because they're going to be sharing their own thoughts. I'm going to be calling this kind of the young lady called Agi, to understand how really it's performed, because this is a sarcasm that I never knew how it is, and I cannot broadcast it live because I've not got to the ecosystem to understand what's really popping out, because I have I don't know if she can pick, because I have the phone, to understand what is it really, because before I get or I venture myself into it, I want to understand that where is the point coming from and how is it running. Hey, hello.
Yes.
Niaje. Uko wapi?
Niko nyumbani Gintu.
Kuna content nimeitiwa hapo home kwenu, but I cannot do it because I've not got the real point what is happening.
About?
Sijui what is the return of whatever cows you are talking about?
Ile ya ng'ombe. Ile iliibiwa wakahitaji eti warudishiwe.
Yeah, hiyo.
Baba amenipigia simu ameniambia eti amewanunulia ndio anataka wape. Unajua mimi niko mgonjwa tangia juu.
Oh, you are sick. Oh. You know I've got a call right now and I was in the video and the person is telling me that Gintu, run immediately and cover this kind of the report from the village, and I never wanted to broadcast it before I could just consult from you. Is it really something which is weird, or it's something that it's genuine?
For sure it is something that is weird. How comes unajua kaa watu mimi naona as in see, I don't know whether it was a plan or not, because how comes ng'ombe walete nyumbani alafu ibiwe tu hivyo iende, alafu after there waseme eti waripwe, wakatae eti waripwe. Unaona hiyo ni kama ni plan ilikuwa. So sisi tulikaa chini tukasema, hata chief hata watu wengi wakasema, nyinyi kama wamesema eti walipwe, wacha waripwe.
So ng'ombe ilikuwa yao then ikaibiwa ikiwa kwenu?
Ikaibia sababu wao ndio walileta nyumbani eti inalala nyumbani.
Oh. Guys, my credit is over because this is the village report. Sometimes you have to understand, not every time you're going to be having the credit. Somebody can talk about Gintu, you're going to be getting a credit there. No problem. She's going to be calling. If she's going to not call, we have already the pin appointment. What's really tangling? Because I never wanted to go back to that kind of the point because it's a little bit weird. Talk about this is Agi. She's saying that there's a time this kind of Murimi's family, they never had a place for them to put the cows to sleep, so they had to take the cow to Mama Ann's family, so they can just sleep in that family because they don't have the ground for those kind of the house. Talk about those kind of the spaces where the cow can sleep. And at the same day, it was the same day the cow was stolen. So the demand of that family is that you have to pay us the cow. So it's today, they're just making it happen, and Baba Ann has bought the cow, and that is the report that's coming in right now, talking about they have bought the cow, and they have just returned it to that family to make sure that they're going to be staying that, because they said that they're the ones who made that cow to be stolen, or they're the ones who are courtesy for that kind of the cow to be stolen. So they have just bought a cow to return it back to Murimi's family, which is there's talk about the brother to Baba Mulimi, who is called Mr. Joseph at that kind of the point, and it's for one of the boys who were making sure that the road cannot pass, and they were being given much of the money with the Congrats dad because he was paying such kind of the roads when they were just getting the materials to the D site. So as the village report, we're going to be recovering and understanding how this kind of the points are just taken. If you want Gintu to drive you back to that kind of the spot, we can get much of the content from there, as we're going to be solidizing this kind of the small issues. Get me to the point, let me get there, because this is the village report, as we're going to be tangling, as I'm going to be putting the package here, as we're going to be getting the report from there. This is my work, let me get it from the point. Keep it tuned, coming back to you in a short while. Guys, I've already got back to where I was talking about. I will be just coming to show you where and who is the owner of the cow that they are just talking about here. And it was broadcasted live with Mogesi and much more, because it brought much of the chaos and mayhem alongside the community. Talk about the members of this kind of the community, because here it's drama after drama. So this is the home we are talking about, because the house, it's not having a door, and these houses don't have much of the door, and it's not enclosed in a way that it's just in an open talk about an open space. So they could just find it rough whenever they could just place their own cow at that kind of the house, so they can just sleep in that kind of the house, so as it cannot be stolen. But the defect is that they were just getting their cow to Mama Ann's family, so they can just sleep there, as they're just preparing their own home to enclose it in a way that it will be more fantastic for whenever they're going to be talking about, they're going to be having that kind of the cow, it's going to be staying here for its own safety. But it has stayed there for 3 months now, getting to the 4 month. Then when they just get the cow there a little bit at night, talk about around 4 in the morning, Baba Ann came and told them that your cow has been stolen. And I don't know, was it the cow of this kind of the home, or also it was the cow from that kind of the family? That is what we are just still understanding. But when now they're going to be receiving the cow, where is it going to be staying at this kind of the point? I'm not yet told, because a little bit the environment's not still it's the same as it was. Now we're going to be understanding how is the cow going to be now be put at this kind of an esquire. But I'm going, because everybody's there, talk about the chief, sub-chief, and talk about the village elders, and also the family members from this kind of the home, and also from the other home of Mama Ann's, so they can just solidarize this kind of the pogrom at once and for all, because this is just the same village. This is a Congrats Dad home, and the Baba Ann's home, it's just at the far end. So you can understand it's the same village. And how is it happening? Is it drama after drama? Is it telenovela after telenovela? You're going to be driving onto it as you just going to be getting from it, from Mama Ann's family, so as you can just broadcast it, because we're going to be operating as a village report, so as you can just be like witnesses, and the video going to be there to put that the cow was being returned, and how is everything, because the demand is one. When they went to Baba Ann and talked about, okay, let us be shown how the cow was stolen, there's no trace that it could just occur at that kind of effervescence. So they decided to make sure that they could give them a little bit of the day, so they can just look for that kind of the cow, or look in terms of money, as they're going to be refunding it back to this kind of the family, because it's their own we can call it the heritage of themselves. Talk about something that they're going to be looking forward, and talk about maybe they have some children going to be bearing much of the calves here and there, and they could just be taking much of the milk and consuming. And when you talk about the same cow, or it's the only cow, and it has not been returned, so it will be a little bit of a problem. So at that kind of the esquire. So guys, it's just said that the cow it was just having talk about, it was about to conceive, and it was how can I call it? Is it it was pregnant? Can I call it that way? Talk about, it was a 6-month pregnant at that kind of the time it was stolen. So I think by now it has already conceived, or it has already just given birth to that kind of the calf right now, and it's something which is very weird. And I was asking my question that if they were just taking the cow to another position for that kind of the cow to sleep there, and what about it going to be coming back? Because the background is still the same as it was. And the next question is one that they are just speaking about that kind of the cow. Is it a cow that Baba Ann has bought, or is it a calf? Which kind of the size we are talking about here? And what's the side from Baba Ann or Mama Ann's family? Because they're going to be talking about how it happened and how it is. Because an accused, if it's not yet talked about, if it's not yet confirmed guilty, you can talk about there's nothing there, you can talk about there's a stealing or whatever. If it was stolen, yes, it was stolen, so they have to get a feedback. So today was the deadline that was placed with this kind of the village elder, and also the chief, to have a stamp and the witnesses to make sure that this kind of the circus is just get out more particular. So keep it tuned as they're just coming in and to it. So this is the reality. So it's you can see the shot is raw. Yeah, it's keep it tuned, keep it locked. Much of the people, they understand that that's how it always occurring, and much of the people have to say that this is the best way for us to move and make it happen. Kila kitu iko fresh. Nikuje hapo. Mbuyande. Unisa vei ansi ngokora. Tata Jose hano haki ya Mungu. Why Tata Jose ngo complain ya nkeke bebe. Kila kitu iko chonjo? Baba Mugesi is here. Yeah. Hi, how are you?
Fine, I'm fine.
Kila kitu iko safi?
Iko safi.
Tuko na ng'ombe.
Tuko na ng'ombe.
We siko. Yes. Jambo Kenya.
Jambo iko.
This is the owner of the cow.
Yeah, it was being stolen, but nimepatiwa ng'ombe kidogo.
Oh, you have been, it was big, but now?
Big. I bought almost 45,000.
45, right now?
But now I think it's almost 20,
19 there.
Ranges there.
Yeah, so it's a big cow. Whatever it's gonna be having 4 legs. A cow is a cow. It's not like it could go and it goes. So at least you have a little bit of it. So maybe that's where he could just reach in terms of the pocket. So I think you have put the thoughts together.
I appreciate.
Yeah, that's the best, guys.
They have given me. I have appreciated.
You have appreciated.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we need, man. Whenever you can talk about you have a grievance with the other person, you come closer like the way you are, 2 gentlemen here and 2 fathers here, and make it happen. You solidarize. It's not a matter of talking about, no, you have to pay me the same cow. That's the what there are people who can say that I want the same cow. Yeah, you have to understand it. But if you appreciated that you have this kind of the calf, very nice, very meticulous, and everything, so you are now relaxed.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So the problem is one. So when are you now going to be keeping it? Where are you going to be sleeping?
My father's place.
Or your father's place?
For the time being.
So now, for what you can do, now you have seen the problem where it's coming from. So act now like a man. Now fence your territory and make sure that now you're going to be keeping them at your own. Because now you have seen the impact. Whenever it goes again to the father, maybe he's now an aged person. Whenever a person comes and knock and talk about, don't come out. You will not come out. And they will take it. So when you are at your own place, it will be so calming because you will be handling all the matters down. So at that kind of artifact, so start doing the work. So fence the house and put the doors. Make it happen, bro. Something very small. Exactly. That's a bam bam. Exactly. That's a very simple and solidizing simple issues, simple matters, very meticulous. Asante sana kwa kuagree. Safi. Mr. Joseph. Mambo iko chonjo, Safi. These are the talk about the aged people in this kind of the community, and that's what we talk about whenever you come together and put your thoughts together. It's something which is very, very awesome. Talk about there's no much of grievances. Whenever you have some of the small petty issues, just call one person, talk about, hey, please, I was wrong in this place. Can you go and talk good to that person? Tell him that I'm sorry about it. But to this village, whenever somebody tells about, I will hit your Cherokee drum. Don't do anything, and you will not do anything. That's what you hear. And at the end, you find that it will be like this kind of the road because it's already blocked because of some of the things that are not even equivalent. So to that point, I say that when we see development and no much of a storytelling and no much of the drama, and we have the cow, now you're going to be growing the cow, and whenever it's going to be big, it's going to be so good. But sometimes we have the cows have been stolen and they go for good, and there's no tracing them. So if they have found something small like this one here, even if it's small, but it's something which will bring an impact tomorrow because it's growing. It's not a stunted growth. It's not like a stone that it will just stuck to that position. So it will be growing now and again. To that point, I say, kudos to the people who have made it happen. Asante sana. Asante sana. So munaipeleka nyumbani. Safi wesiko. Exactly. So guys, that is the best impact that we have been ever talking about. And I don't know from the other space, talk about from Baba Ann, what's really coming from that kind of the position, because I do not know how is it happening and what's really popping out at that kind of the matter, because it's something which is a little bit not understandable, and they're going to be getting the point from Baba Ann to understand, is it real, or has he brought it out from his own talk about legitimate legacy, because everything is so fantastic at this kind of the point, and getting that kind of the report from there as you're going to be understanding what's really popping out at that kind of the statement. So I don't know if the Baba Ants they are there or whatever, so you can just give us a little bit of the story and understanding what's really going to be popping out at that kind of the moment. So keep it tuned. Let's get inside and understand. This is Baba Ants, and we're going to be getting to understand, is he voluntarily has done it, or he's feeling like he has been pressed, or has it been so hard for him to bring out that kind of the cow and get it to the impact right now, as we're going to be diving into that kind of the matter right now. Guys, we are back to talk about Aggie. She's the one who is handling Mama Ant's channel to make sure that it's going to be driven some meticulous here. But it's a little bit getting, she's sick, but she's recovering from the sickness. And I think she's out of the hospital as she is saying it at this kind of the moment. So we are back to you, Aggie.
Yes.
So at this kind of the point, I've seen they have just given out this kind of a small calf.
Yeah.
That's estimated to be 19,000 to 20,000 there, and they said that their cow was a little bit of pregnant during that time, which was a little bit of 6 months, if I'm not wrong, from the statement of the family. So how did it go whenever you're talking about it got stolen? Because each and kind of the family is having its own grievances or its own points or its own agendas, talking about this is how it was, this is how it was, but coming to the same point, how did it occur? Because they said that it has been sleeping to a home for more than 3 months.
Yeah, okay, that neighbor told my dad that kindly please help me with your house so that I can just put my cow there, because right now I don't have a house whereby my cow can just be sleeping.
Yeah.
When my parents agree, because they are neighbors, they agree, they tell him it is okay, now you just bring it.
Yeah.
We'll be bringing it at night, then in the morning you just take it back.
Okay.
Because we don't have a place to graze, so they start bringing it at night to sleep. So it sleep like it was like 3 months. It take 3 months at home there.
Yeah.
So one day, imagine, my dad wake up, always when you have something outside, you have to wake up at night to see how your things are just going on. Yeah, there. So when my dad wake up, that day, by the way, that neighbor bring that cow at night. He was the one who brought it. He bring it and he put it in the outside.
The cow pen or outside?
Outside.
Okay.
Inside the gate, inside the compound.
The compound, yeah.
Yeah, the compound. So after that, he went away. So during the night time, my dad always wake up to go and patrol, like patrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that day he wake up. When he wake up, he see the gate was open. So he was surprised. I crossed the gate, but it is open. What is the reason? So he went up to the gate. He found that the gate was open.
Yeah.
So after seeing the gate was open, he rushed to the where the goat house is, because where the goat house is, it is where that cow was sleeping with the goat and the cow.
Okay.
So my dad went to the goat house. He found that the cow is not there, but the goat are there.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, my dad called my mom. He just go back and tell my mom that the cow is not inside. My mom start crying there. When the things is just being stolen, you start crying to invite people to come and help you with with that one. So after that, it goes like there. We didn't even get the full. We didn't even know what happened.
So my question number one.
Yeah.
So you have said that the cow was stolen, but the goats were not stolen.
Yeah.
And your dad opened when he came out to go and patrol, because in the local area, talk about in our culture, you have to wake up several times at night to check if you have your own, talk about even if you have some goats or you have some cows, you have to check your animals if they are all in, because sometimes we have cattle rustling and cattle raids anytime at night, and they come while they're just, they come while they're wild. They can come and steal while they're wild. They can come with much of the weapons to come and steal. So at that point, I can say that was there anybody who was suspicious in your home that you could talk about? There's this kind of the person who was at our home and he saw this kind of the cow, and who was now at that kind of the time, but when the cow was stolen, it never came.
I can't say that. Okay, like that day that the cow was stolen, my uncle was there. And also my dad. So we can't say that my dad can steal the cow or my uncle.
So the point still. So when the cow was stolen, where was your uncle?
They were sleeping. They were inside sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody came out to just be flabbergasted that the cow has been stolen only for this kind of the family, and already you understood that this cow is not yours. So already you knew that it will bring an impact. Why only this cow? Why not your goats?
Yes, true.
So when you went back to talk about the subject to
Yeah.
understand how this kind of the matter could be handled. So how did you come to the conclusion until you reached where they said that you have to pay the cow as a family?
Okay, they complained that, oh, the cow was stolen. Gee, what? We need to be paid. They need to pay our cows because it was so. With me, I just asked my dad, Dad, why is it that they bring their cow at our home and then after there, when it is being stolen, they want to return it back? And you know very well here in Kuria, mostly in Kuria, most of the animals, they do steal animals. I have never seen someone being stolen and then people come and ask for
Refund.
how do you call it? To refund it.
Yeah.
So I was just asking that, how comes? Okay, we have been stolen, and then that person came back and said that he want to be paid, and yet we are not the one who told him to bring that his cow to our home to sleep there. He was the one who said that let his cow be sleeping. Don't you see that it's like a game being played?
So my question, another question is one.
Yeah.
So when sometimes you learn from the mistake, and I can say it because I sense it, whereby when they were putting their thoughts together to say that I will welcome your cow so as you can just have a sleep into my home because of the security. Did they put such kind of the signature that whatever happens, I will not be claimed that I'm the one who is into this kind of the frabastic pinpointment that they're just throwing some of the fingers to?
No, they didn't put that one.
So that's where now Agi, the problem is coming from, whereby he can claim out and talk about because we agree. How is it that it's only my cow? So my point goes back to, I don't want to get into that kind of the synthesis because I've already synthesized it, and I'm gonna be talking about. You can just rectify something here. After that, now the chief and they invited this kind of the authority, the civil service people. Whenever they came, what did they speak about it, and how are they the ones who decided that the cow should be refunded?
Okay, the chief with the neighbor family, they just urge him to just stay away from that one, because if you have been stolen something, you don't have to seek for the repayment. But he refuses. So the chief tell my father that if he has refuses, even his father told him. The chief told my father, the chief with my uncle told my father that if he has refuses that he needs to be repaid, you just repay him. I'm going to support you even with the 2,000 Kenyan shillings. I will add you 2,000 Kenyan shillings so that you can pay him if he wanted to be paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your father has been struggling east, west, and south to look for the refund, and I've seen the calf was here, and it was approximately 20,000. And I've spoken to this family because there was the father to Mogesi and the father to the person who is who was stolen the cow, who was the owner of the cow, and also the owner of the cow was there, and they have said that it's not like it has been stolen for good, because in Africa here talk about mostly whenever the cows are stolen, if you don't engage with the cat wrestlers or this kind of the people who are dealing with cat raids to help you so they can just gather your cows, it will be very hard for you to get them, because they could have stolen earlier than the time you have walked up, so you cannot trace that cow and find it. And today I've seen the chief and the sub chief, they're the ones who are here to sign it, that they'll be given a cow, and already they're satisfied with it. So at that kind of the moment, I think the case was sealed properly and there's no more about the argument about it. Do you agree with that one?
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you, my brother. You know, in this art, if something has just, for example, I myself, maybe I hit somebody maybe with a bike, and then that somebody needed to be paid. You just pay it. Okay. Just pay it back.
So,
Yeah.
so already, what about they're going to be coming back and say that now we have agreed into this one, so can you still take care of the calf they have given
No,
out?
no. That one, I just tell my parents that from today henceforth, I don't want to see anything of anybody in our compound.
Yeah.
I will just stand like a man in that family, in my family.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see any bad things again in my family.
Because it has costed you a little bit.
Because it has costed us a lot.
Okay.
It has costed us a lot.
So that money you could be using it to do something else. So you had to go and buy some of the calf.
True. Yes, true. It could maybe help us to do something else, like something good, by the way. But instead, we have decided to do something that we never planned on. You see, something like that.
But don't take it as a negative thing. Take it as a challenge, or take it as a lesson, eh? Because
But let me tell you, Gintu.
Yeah.
You know, as long as we are alive,
Yeah.
never take something to anybody chenye hakifai uchukue.
That is not
Na
supposed.
hao watu wanakililia, they feel so a lot of pain on their stomach while you are just taking it and enjoying it as if like umewakomoa.
Okay.
Never do such a thing like that to anyone in this life.
So that's what my urge was coming to you and telling you that it was just a request, because you are like my sister, and I know this is an African. The only thing that you have to appreciate, the living God has promoted it. It's whereby you can say that they have not asked for the actual cow, or they have not asked for the resemblance of how their cow was, because they could talk about it was pregnant. I want a pregnant cow too. So you have to understand that kind of the statement. So at that point, don't take it as something which is maybe giving you much of the stress or much of the things, but take it as a positive thing that it has happened. No, you have now to move forward. So don't take it into your heart that, okay, it will not occur this way, and will not be happening to have each and every kind of the position. Maybe you cannot get yourself and greet yourself because of such kind of a thing. Understand and take it as a lesson, and groove forward and go forward.
Okay, thank you.
That's a proper thing.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, thank you. So you can give yourself a good shout out here.
Yeah, okay, good people. I'm really sorry, since Friday I have not yet upload video because of my condition. By then I was not feeling well. I went to the hospital, but right now at least I'm feeling better. I thank God for that.
Okay.
Yeah, so kindly, if you are there, you haven't subscribed to Mama Ann's channel, kindly go guys, subscribe. Watch our video. There is a lot of video there that you can just watch. Yeah, and God will bless you abundantly. Keep on praying for us, guys. There is a lot of things that are just happening in the village. Keep us on prayer. And we know prayer is everything.
Okay. So thank you very much for that kind of the position, and I like whatever you have just said, and you have taken it as a lesson, and God bless you also, and keep it tuned and move forward, because we talk about keep it locked, keep it tuned.
Thank you too.
Exactly. So have a reposition as I pray for you.
Thank you.
Exactly. So guys, from this kind of the point, I can see Ernesto's father is demolishing the fence that Chris the Great was putting there. Already this village is of drama, and I don't know why, because as I can just check it from here, is removing the trees that Chris the Great put here. I don't know if Chris the Great has a report about it, because it's something which is very weird right now as I'm just checking it from here. Something very weird. I have to call him so as he can just be notified that the fence he put here, it's just being demolished with talk about Baba Getangita and Baba Ernesto. So they have to understand it is called let me call him so as you can just understand what's really popping out from the village shenanigans and telenovela every time. So I think you're going to be getting my phone call here so you can just understand he's so aggressive there, and he's just chasing all the boys who are just there, including Getangita. He's being chased with the machete there with the father, who is very aggressive. I don't know if you're going to be This guy is not catching my phone call. I don't know why, so he can just be notified. I'm here one-on-one checking on what is he doing here. And I think about whenever a person has called and gotten a machete, you're going to be dealing with me perpendicularly. I don't want to engage myself in such kind of the impact because it's not as swollen and to me at this kind of the point. And it's just making it as an advertisement there because everybody is just running helter-skelter from where he is and the boys are just my... This boy is not taking it to this kind of the point here. Ooh, you're gonna be calling me at that kind of the point that will be so hectic at that kind of the moment. I don't know at this kind of the point here, why is he not picking the call? Because things are just boiling onto the village here. And things are very bad. Let me call the second number so as I can just see, you can just pick it because he might be in his own duty. Talk about the men today is on Sunday, and they can just find... He's not picking it up, so something which is not meticulous here. I can talk to Ernesto because he's the owner of the plot and the Getangita. Ernesto, I'm gonna be calling Ernesto here to understand what's really popping out. What have they done to the father? Because he's so angry at that kind of the moment, as I can just see, he's just demolishing and just cutting the wires using a machete there right now. It's a village report in the evening. Hey, bro. Yo. I am in your village right now, and I'm in the video. And what is the problem with your father? Because I can see he's so aggressive and chasing people, and also is cutting out the wire that Chris the Great put onto the fence.
Yeah.
What is the problem, man?
For me, bro, for now I can't tell anything, but I don't know. But I can come to the village because it's the first time to give me the information, and I didn't know anything about that. So you may be waiting me until I come.
So I will not wait for you because of the security, and it's in the evening. And while you are coming, be prepared because nobody is outside. He has just thrown everybody out, and he's going to be having his own mission that's going to be performing here. So when you are coming, come well prepared, and that is the report I can give you.
Okay, bro, I'm coming right now.
Okay. So that is whatever. I don't know what's really happening to the village. Every time shenanigans and telenovela. But you're going to be coming to solidarize. It's his own father. I cannot get onto that one because they have to solidarize it alone. I see Getangita is there a little bit and is just removing the shirt. He want to go and shower. He's not bothered with whatever the father is doing and talk about they have to continue with their own movement. Thank you very much, guys, for you keeping tuned and locked in as we are making things to happen from this kind of the area. Talk about the suckers and the dramas gonna be coming tomorrow. We're gonna be having some of the hit point with Ernesto to tell us what is really happening. Is the father not entertained to have such kind of offense because the road is not passing, or talk about the road was a revenue authority for the father because right now the road gonna be converted into another area and they're gonna be not getting something very meticulous. Now you're gonna be demolishing the fence because it's helping him with nothing at that kind of the area. So keep it tuned. We're gonna be getting and be driving and subjecting ourselves to that kind of the point to understand what's popping out at that kind of the moment. Village report tomorrow. Wait for that one. It's gonna be cooking up. Keep it tuned. Hello, internet.